What is your beef? Why do you have such a problem with me?
Can we get the real Andy? I would prefer the real Andy.
Oh, let's get the real Max. I'll take off my mask when you take off your mask, brother.
Because who's your new favorite YouTuber, Ian, that wanted to be on the show with us?
The Madman. The Madman.
Mad Movie Man.
Let's bring on Max Movies because he scares the living shit out of me. Hold on.
Oh, wow.
Mad Max says, I think you should apologize. Right? I'm sitting here in a goddamn torn down pool house.
I don't even know
The
who you
pool house
are.
is torn apart. Okay, it's torn apart because I'm remodeling on my $70 webcam. Okay, I'm no better than you.
Movie Madness Entertainment. Welcome.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to MME. Hey,
Welcome,
Crazy
everyone.
Joe, Taladia, Perp, Brucifer. How's it going?
I'm going great. Ramadan is finished. Got Eid celebrations tomorrow. I'm super excited because celebrating with the family.
Oh, great. Now you can eat a lot of stuff, right?
Yes, eating all day and all night.
That's the thing I do all the time. So how's everyone doing?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Perp, you get ready for Evil Dead celebration and appreciation stream Saturday?
Max, I am so ready to scare you.
Okay. I still have to watch I gotta watch Evil Dead. I might watch it tonight. I finally get some time after the show.
I'll put something together so I could go through it with you. If you can't watch it. So you can watch whatever you want, Max. Don't force yourself to watch something you don't want to watch.
I do want to watch it. I want to be open to more things, you know.
Okay.
Little movie Perp, are you a fan of Evil Dead the musical?
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet.
I've seen it live 3 times.
Oh wow. Is it good? What's your favorite song? I'll look it up.
Probably What the F was that? keep it clean for the stream.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna look it up. Let me type it right now.
What the F was that? Okay. There is actually good news about I was hoping Voltaire would be here because there's actually good news about season 4. Now, this image is an artist rendition. It's just freaking amazing. Of Din Grogu as an adult Mandalorian with force powers. So this is someone I got on Twitter. I retweeted it. I just wow, that looks cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, that looks amazing. That's a great design. Love that the ears actually come out of the helmet too, instead of just putting the helmet on top of the ears.
Yeah, yeah. So I would love this to be something that Lucasfilm actually considers. Who knows? Who knows if it could be this? This is just, if I saw this, oh my God, when Grogu's older. Oh my goodness. But we actually have some great news. And it's from a big trade. Or one of them, you know. Let me bring this up here. Shit.
He's gonna train with Rey. He's gonna train with Rey.
What? Training with Rey?
I'm just saying it. She's starting an academy.
Wait. Say the full name to make the trolls angry.
Rey Skywalker.
Oh.
Will stand tall above Grogu, and he will call her Master.
Oh,
Master Skywalker.
Master Sky. Thank you, Joe.
Master Skywalker. May the force be with you.
And Rey is so nice. She even, that old lady that asked for her name, she's a Jedi too. Fuck it, everyone's a Jedi. That's how awesome Rey is. Rey Gibbons.
Well, do I have to call her Skywalker?
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
Oh,
That's her name.
let me change the back. I haven't used this one in a while. I'm in space. Okay. If you're just getting here, remember to thumbs up the video. That really helps us here at MME. We have a 40 like goal on live streams. We're getting 30. We're bumping it to 40 to help spread the movie madness.
Yeah. Most of us are in our 40s in this panel, so that's why it's the goal.
God damn you, you old bastards.
Oh.
Look who's talking. Look who's talking. Yeah. Okay, so let's bring up this article. Variety So it does seem like they are developing a season 4. I was wrong again.
Oh.
I thought they were just gonna spin it off. Oh, okay, Twa. Yes. There. All right. Here.
And screenshot this and go. Continue.
All right.
There we go.
There you go. There you go. All right. So
one of many else.
One of many. Okay.
Poor Max. I love you,
Are,
Max.
are you coming in, Brian? You know, we're talking to. Are you only going to come in when we talk about Trek? What is going on here?
Yeah, Crazy Joe's got something to say about 31.
Yeah.
Things
Not
to
that
say.
I'll tell you.
I am so excited. You should feel my neck.
And we got to get Crazy Joe's. Reaction to the finale as well. All right, so the Mandalorian lost its way in season 3, but season 4 could hold a new hope for Din Grogu. All right, so it says spoiler alert. It took all 8 episodes for season 3 for the Mandalorian to find its way back to itself, which is to say, back to Din Djarin and his now officially adopted child Din Grogu. For most of season 3, the core relationship of the series, the reason why the Mandalorian became an instant global phenomenon, was shunted aside in favor of tracking how Katie Sackhoff's Bo-Katan Kryze rallied the estranged factions of Mandalorian to take back their devastated homeworld. Audiences have not responded kindly. Legions of reviews, tweets, YouTube videos vivisected the season of The Mandalorian for being detached, unsatisfying, sloppy, and the worst. I still really enjoyed it. It's just not my... there was some really cool stuff this season. What had been a loose and uncomplicated story of Din and Grogu's ongoing adventures had become, instead a sprawling narrative steeped in Mandalorian lore that was brand new and, even worse, uninteresting to most people watching. This is from Variety. I don't know. Blame Variety. In ironic strength of the show, audiences project themselves into Din's helmet, and the absence of Pascal's deeply expressive face become a major liability, with episodes in which dozens of helmeted Mandalorians talk to each other in dry, monosyllabic monotones with nary a human face on screen. That is a hey, Brian, how's it going?
It goes.
It goes.
Well,
this is good news about season 4. I read ahead. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, the season 3 finale at least appeared to resolve Bo-Katan's storyline, which is great. Now we have that behind us. Mandalorian's reestablished. There's a home planet, and now, before I get to the rest of this article, Din Djarin could do what he needs to do. He's on his own again. With his son now. With the 2 major factions of Mandalorians uniting to defeat the seemingly unkillable Moff Gideon, who'd set up a hidden Imperial base in the ruins of Mandalore, they did so in grand, if derivative, Star Wars fashion, with cross-cutting battles in space and on the ground, as Gideon faced off against Din and Bo-Katan, while he sported shiny black armor that evoked Darth Vader with the subtlety of an AT-AT. And Grogu got in the mix as well, tussling with some of Gideon's troopers while controlling the hollowed-out body of the IG-11 droid from Season 1. And we got to see some Grogu force powers, which we've missed a little bit. Okay, even with this revolution, the Mandalorian fumbled some basic storytelling for 3 seasons. Gideon has hinted at grand plan to take the galaxy that involved kidnapping Grogu and stealing some of his blood. One season 3 episode abandoned Din and Bo-Katan to further draw out this plot line, shifting to Coruscant to track how Gideon's main scientist, Dr. Pershing, Omid Abtahi, was struggling to reintegrate himself into the New Republic, a storyline that was ultimately left dangling. I actually think that does anyone think that was left dangling? I think that now that we saw the end, I believe Moff Gideon wanted to get rid of him because he didn't want anyone else to have that clone technology. I think he already accomplished the Force sensitive. Do you think that's the reason that his spy tried to get rid of that Dr. Pershing?
Well, absolutely.
Yeah. I think that I don't even think that when I don't even people said that thread is out there, but I think he's not dead though is the thing, right?
No,
Who
but
Gideon?
his brain's been scrambled.
Yeah, Dr. Pershing. No, the one that helped create the clones in season 1 was trying to help with Grogu, you know?
Oh, I haven't watched season 1 in a long time.
Okay.
I wonder if it's because he was specializing in like regenerating or cloning just specific like organs and parts.
Yeah.
If like that might have been the difference maker, you know, in the cloning of the Empire, you know, in that somehow Palpatine returned.
Yeah. Hey, Voltaire.
I did like that we saw Gideon clones in the tank.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, and then Mando destroyed his clones, which makes sense because if he leaves them there, then you know.
Hey, Voltaire, it looks like I'm wrong again. It seems like they. What's that?
I said, hi, boys. Go ahead.
Yeah, it seems like they are developing season 4.
Yeah,
they're not going to do the New Republic, but there's a lot of getting back to basics for season 4. Okay, so instead, in the finale, we finally get to see the fruits of Gideon's labors in the form of incubation tanks housing clones of Gideon that have been infused with Grogu's blood and given power over the Force. But rather than see any of Gideon's unholy creatures in action, Din pushes some buttons on a control panel to explode the containers and destroy them before they've even drawn their first breath. I doubt.
Yeah, you have to destroy. If you leave one Gideon, then you come on, you have to destroy his clones. Why will you leave them there? Like,
clone lives matter.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. They're dead.
No, they do matter. No, I don't think they are.
More than
dead.
droids, at least.
I don't think they're dead.
They are. You saw it got destroyed. They died.
I don't think all of them are dead. At least the one that opened its
So you
eyes.
think there's one clone left that we
At
never
least.
got to see?
At least
one.
Could be in
that we did see.
Or in another building. Remember in Obi-Wan they were doing some clone shit.
I doubt that they would build up that storyline and then just be done with it just because he destroyed, you know, it would for example, one thing I could think of right off the bat is Din Grogu saved Bo-Katan and Din Djarin with the Force. This is an adult clone. What if the one that opened its eyes could save itself with the Force too? You know?
You're saying his clones have different powers?
Potentially. Like
that's a good storyline, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, if they just leave it there and that's the end of that, then I would be disappointed if they don't pick that up if they're going to continue the story. If it's just done. Because I think it would be a missed opportunity.
Yeah, and it makes sense why in Obi-Wan they were collecting Jedis. Remember, there was that little kid Jedi that was frozen. Maybe he was getting his power or something like that. They were setting it up in Obi-Wan. So then the time difference, this guy was able to pull it off in Mandalorian.
So it says, could more Gideon clones be housed elsewhere? Totally. Could Gideon have survived the massive fireball that consumed his body and destroy his base? Sure. Was watching all this unfold depressingly anticlimactic? Absolutely. I don't know about absolutely.
I don't know about
Because everyone was complaining about it only being like 40 minutes, but it was like a 40-minute action scene, which is like in movies, that's like, you know, that's a really big, that's.
Oh, I love the action scenes in the episode, like.
Yeah, dude. I can't the whole time I was like, dude, they're not sparing any expense.
After this, Brian, we're going to talk Trek Picard with Crazy Joe, and then he really wants to talk about something. Okay. So for better or for worse, season 3 of The Mandalorian ultimately felt like the concluding act of this era of the show. Even the episode titled The Return evoked Return of the Jedi. By the finale's end, Bo-Katan, the Mandalorians, had successfully recolonized Mandalore, and Din had declared himself to be the Grogu's adopted father.
Father.
What?
Father.
Yeah.
Father.
And Grogu to be his Mandalorian apprentice, which meant by Mandalorian creed that seemed to be made up on the spot to finally free Din and Grogu from this interminable storyline. The pair had to go off on their own on a series of adventures. And just a few scenes. And can you imagine, okay, now that Grogu is actually getting into the action finally more without his little stroller pod. Can you imagine?
Oh, Jesus, man, stroller pod, man.
It's like a stroller pod. It's like a Star Wars.
It was funny.
A murderous
like,
robot stroller pod,
yeah,
but
it was
okay,
funny,
yeah, you make
not
it sound
the
cute and
not the
funny.
IG-88, not that. The other thing where he's just
The
floating.
little
around.
egg, the floating egg.
Oh,
Yeah,
the bassinet thing.
The
Yeah.
bassinet.
But now him finally getting into
Okay.
action, and him being an apprentice and his son, it's gonna be kind of like Jango Fett and Boba Fett, going around. They're gonna start doing missions and stuff. It's gonna start to get really cool, I think.
Well,
Or Thor and his daughter.
What's that?
Or Thor and his daughter.
Yeah,
In the end of Thor: Love and Thunder.
right. Thor and his daughter, Love and
I
Thunder.
mean, it's not surprised because at the end we see him talking to the pilot of him like, I'm going to help you guys and to do more bounty missions, which I like that.
I think that's going to be hilarious if he uses Grogu as bait.
Yeah, he will.
Dresses him up. Go walk the street. Come on, we're going to get some people.
He will use
What, they're looking for pedophiles?
Yeah.
What the hell's going on?
Wait, what?
No.
Well, using Grogu for bait,
Oh.
Walking the street.
I mean, he does have. I mean, he has the Force.
Do some
He's
bounties.
50 years
Yeah.
old.
Some bounties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Din Grogu is terrible. I don't like, Din Grogu.
It's a nickname that they just give this article. They just give it.
Okay. Well, let's get.
disappointing.
This is what's that, Brian?
I said it was just disappointing.
Well, I enjoyed it. It's
I
just there was
enjoyed
no there was no surprises. There's no
It was
surprises.
just a letdown. Yeah.
Oh, like the Picard finale.
It was pedestrian. That's all. It was good, though.
I'm just kidding, Brian. I'm kidding.
I thought I enjoyed the heck out of it.
The only issue with Picard finale is that they came after the last episode. It was so like next level, but it was really good though. Okay, in just a few scenes, the Mandalorian reasserts original premise. This is the good part. Didn't partner with the New Republic Ranger Karva Tiva, Paul Sun Hyung Lee, to help root out Imperial remnants on the outer rim of the galaxy, and he established a homestead for himself and Grogu back on the moon. The inherent promise is that season 4 of the show will return to what season 1 made so enticing, a series of one-off adventures in which a lone gunman and his resplendently adorable child explore the galaxy and tussle with bad guys. So if that is what we're going to get for season 4, would that be an improvement for you? Going back to the one-off adventures and being a bounty hunter and not this big other thing that really doesn't. It helps Din Djarin because it's establishing Mandalore again. But really, his character is kind of meant to be a loner a little bit. He's not meant to be just, there's Mandalorians, but he's like a loner Mandalorian. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
He likes doing his work by himself.
I think there was like a man with no name angle to him in the first season that everyone really dug.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I always prefer serialized storytelling to one-off adventures.
Well, then this is not for you. This is not the way for you.
I'll still watch it.
It could still be small. Like he could just be after one alien. That's it. Not even nothing to do with the Empire.
Well,
like the whole season.
The other reason that this would be a good part for season 4 for me is if you do the one-off adventures until you lead up to the movie, and then bring you back to a bigger narrative, bigger story.
Yes.
When Thrawn. So
And
do these one-off. Yeah.
Yeah, not only that, but like he's like now we have like he has factions he could collect. He could call his Mandalorian friend Bo-Katan could come back for the movie. Who knows who he's gonna meet here? It's gonna build. It's all building up to that huge movie, biggest movie ever. I'm predicting right now.
I'm still wondering what happened to Boba Fett. We didn't see we didn't see him once this season.
Yeah, that's true. Alas, The Mandalorian is also ultimately meant to feed into a culminating feature film alongside the events of the Book of Boba Fett and the upcoming Disney Plus series Ahsoka, where the shenanigans on Coruscant and the talk of Grand Admiral Thrawn are expected to continue. So while season 4 may be back to basics, it won't stay that way. Right. I think that'd be great to bring it to smaller stories, some interesting one-off adventures, maybe some cool cameos. and then leading up to the big Thrawn collaboration movie with Ahsoka and everything. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Like an Endgame type of thing.
Yeah. So I thought that was very, very exciting. And yeah, it won't stay that way. And then that way you can have Grogu grow into a very proficient fighter as well, which we've had glimpses of this season. You know, he's
And
ready.
also,
Go ahead.
And also, like, we might see a grown-up version of Grogu maybe in the Rey movie. So,
yeah, for sure, he's going to be in the Rey movie.
So, like, you know, and and I like how he's learning the Force each time to use it. And so that was a good thing they did with the kid.
I can't imagine him not being in that Rey movie.
Kelly, stop it, please.
For sure, yeah.
He's too big a property for them.
He might be a teacher. He might be a Jedi Master.
Well, he could be teaching the Jedis.
Yeah, he might be a teacher there.
Yeah.
And raise the principal.
So I wonder how he's going to...
Oh, Rey Skywalker?
Yes, Rey Skywalker. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
Yeah. So what did you think of that, Voltaire, here in the one-off adventures? There are developing season 4. I mean, this is from Variety. Of course, things can happen. But
Yeah. So I was positive. I thought that was positive news. But like Joe, I like the serial. Like I just hope the B story in every episode. I don't mind these Monster of the Week or Bounty of the Week stories, but the B story better be some continuing story, ongoing, developing throughout. You know what I mean? That's how I like these things to be done. But I do like that he got. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask, what if there's no B story, but it's just like really good character development?
Like a week-to-week Monster of the Week or Fight of the Week type of thing?
Yeah, but we learned a lot, and it's really interesting stuff about the Mandalorian, his relationship with Grogu. It's more about them going at it more than just like, let's get an overarching plot, you know?
Yeah, I'll watch it. Sure.
Yeah.
It off the top, it's not my preference, but I like Joseph, I'm going to watch it. I'll watch it, and it could still be good. Sure. And they could have lots of cameos and different characters coming in and that sort of deal. And sure, I do think it's good that he got away from the rest of the Mandalorians again. I do like that lone wolf and cub type of thing they're putting back on.
Yeah. Anyone else have some thoughts on that story, Brucifer? What do you think? Does that sound good to you for season 4?
I'm good either way. I'm gonna watch it regardless. So.
Okay. Perp, what do you think? Did you watch?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it no matter what. I haven't This is the show that I kind of watch passively, but I enjoy it that way. But I'm gonna watch anything that they give. I want what I want is if they're gonna go back to the lone wolf. Please don't skip out on the budget. That's all I ask.
Okay.
Keep rising the budget. Every season the budget should go up a little bit more, and we should see it a lot more now that if they're going to keep it more of a contained, focused story character.
Okay. Taladia, Crazy Joe, and then we'll get Anthony.
For me, is this for Mando?
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed the Mandalorian. I watched it last night with Jared.
Yeah.
I loved the part for Grogu saving the day. I predicted this. I said before we watched the episode, I was like, Grogu's gonna save today. Watch, and I was right.
Okay. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Can't they? Hey, B catalog. It's been a while, and they can't clone any character they want and bring them back at any time. There's lots of possibilities with the clone storyline, and I don't think it's over. And I don't think that's the last of Moff Gideon.
No one's ever really gone.
Well, the thing is, if they don't have Moff Gideon there when Thrawn enters the picture, that I would be disappointed. Like, because he kind of was like not into the I'm just waiting around for Thrawn. I'm doing my own thing. I want to build the Empire based on myself instead of waiting for the Emperor or Thrawn. And that was very refreshing. That was very refreshing for one of the villains to just be like, nah, it's my time.
He's like, I don't care about Thrawn. I'm doing my own shit.
Oh, you simps for Thrawn, yeah.
Yeah. The Shadow Council. I want to see the ramifications of Moff Gideon doing his own thing when Thrawn gets back. For them to clash a little bit, that would be great.
It would be cool if Thrawn kill him.
I don't know if I want Thrawn to kill him. Maybe he'll appreciate someone that isn't just a sheep. You know, I don't know. Maybe he'll say like, "Well, let's see what you could do, Moff," or but know what he's up. Know who he is, though. You know what I mean? There's still a way to use people like that. I don't know, Crazy Joe. Does that get you hyped? Did you like the finale?
Oh, the finale was great. I mean, I really enjoyed the finale. And yeah, no, I love Mandalorian. I'm gonna watch whatever they put out. I mean, I'm a Star Wars fan, so take Andor for example. I didn't like Andor, but it took me 7 episodes to bail on it. Like that's the kind of devotion you get from me with
Andor's a
Star
real TV
Wars.
show?
Unfortunately.
I don't know.
Oh.
So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna watch whatever they do because even the one I didn't like, I
Look at her.
I gave 7 episodes.
Callie, stop it. The kitties, leave her alone.
Look at that tail going. She
was at the top of the couch.
Yeah.
She could be barking at a ghost.
No, she's barking at the kitty on the stairs.
Or a Terminator.
Or Terminator.
Sorry, everyone. Sorry.
Make sure there's not a Terminator there, Max.
Would you please be quiet, girl? Please. I'm the alpha dog. You listen to me.
Are you really though? You sure
No,
about that?
I'm absolutely sure I'm not. I'm not the alpha in any situation. Not here on MME. Not in my.
Yeah,
With the
like
alpha
you
in
should
my
be saying,
heart.
I'm the alpha male in the species.
Max is a total bottom.
Oh no!
Started from the bottom, now we here.
Lucifer.
Yes.
Behave, sir. Behave.
That is me behaving. I could have said power bottom.
You could have said power bottom, which would be more aggressive. Yeah.
All right. Well, strange Marvel theories, $5. Since the dark saber is gone, maybe a new weapon of Mandalorian leadership will be forged. I would be up for that, but that was one of my negatives. I really like the dark saber, and if we ever get to see this, that would be amazing with Din Grogu and the dark saber. I want Din Grogu to take over the dark saber.
Can I say that the Darksaber, I wasn't completely sold on the effect itself.
Agreed.
I've never been really sold on the effect.
Not since it was an animated first scene. I never cared for it that much.
Yeah, it's the effect. It looks a little. They need to work on something with that.
It looks like a homeless lightsaber.
Yeah, it looks cheap. Even in the Boba Fett episode where I think Mando got it, I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Party City lightsaber.
Maybe that's why they got rid of it. And they're like, this looks like crap, and it's costing way too much. Let's get rid of it.
Pretty much.
Okay. Well, I'm really excited. I'm going to rewatch it tonight. Since I don't have any watch parties, I'm probably going to rewatch. Well, I'm going to look into Evil Dead, and I'm going to rewatch that episode. At least the last 10-15 minutes to rewatch it that much, at least.
What about that? One more thing. What did everybody think about that scene where Moff Gideon, takes his helmet off and he goes, "Hey, you killed all my clones. They were about to be alive, and you killed them all." Like, it was very emotional for him.
I would have preferred they showed that these clones were capable of more than talk about it. Like, oh, these clones. Sorry, I'm a little feedback. I would prefer that they showed you with story that these clones are more capable, and then instead of like using a speech to do it, I think that was a lamer way to do it.
Show him hanging out with his clones, and he loves it. He loves himself. He just loves himself. He loves himself so much that he could only hang out with his own clones.
There you go.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah. So that's what I would have preferred. But yeah, I do hope that's not the end of that story point, because I think that would be lame if that was just it. They build up for 3 seasons about what they're doing with Grogu's DNA. They finally get there, and then they just blow it up in like a minute sequence, and then they just talk about it later. Well, I was gonna have some really cool things with my super clones, but you ruined it, Din Djarin. Yes. So, okay. So now we should talk about Star Trek Picard finale.
Oh yeah.
Crazy Joe, go ahead, man. What did you think of the finale?
Well, the finale was good. I mean, it was amazing. There's two aspects of the finale that were that you got to talk about. One's the wrap up to the story they've been telling all season. That was a little weak. That was kind of, we're going here again.
Yeah,
but I'm trying to keep it spoiler free. But then there was the character wrap ups, and that was exquisite. That. So yeah, it's I'd say story wise they didn't stick the. It still was. I hate Star Trek movie ever made, and I'm so happy that this crew got at their final episode, because for Nemesis to be the last next gen was kind of sad. So this is a much better finale for this crew than.
Okay. Who else here saw the finale? Brucifer, you did, right? You were with us. Okay.
Well, I've actually been invested in Brian's Star Trek run, so I actually didn't watch it, but I watched you guys watching it. I was I saw the thing, and it seemed like there was some amazing parts and some disappointing parts. Is what I gather, or
it was kind of a mixed bag.
Yeah. Sorry to say, from getting your reaction.
I think the main issue is the best episode of the season was probably episode 9, and coming after 9, it's always going to be hard,
Yeah, I would disagree with that. I think episode 9 is where it started to go off the rails.
What?
Episode 9? I'd say episode 9 and 10 were my two least favorite episodes of the season.
Wow.
Because episode 9 kind of, and Brian actually explained it. Apparently there was one line of dialogue earlier in the season that I forgot. Episode 9 seemingly contradicted what we saw in the season finale last year. Now, I wasn't the only one that was confused by it. I saw several other people were confused by it. So I kind of
episode where they're sitting in the holodeck and he's complaining about
but they clearly didn't do explaining that, though, because a lot of people were confused by it. I think they could have. I don't know. That's where I think it started to fall apart. But yeah. Now, other than that, it was a real doggy.
Yeah.
How was the action? That's one part I noticed you guys were livened up on, like the final battle. How was that? And compared to other Star Trek stuff, because I've seen a lot of the movies and some of the shows. And anyone?
I don't. My main issue is that I've watched all these episodes of Star Trek, or at least as much as I can, here, there, and everywhere. The problem is that they kind of took a page out of another thing of Star Trek. I mean, they had a virus that took over all the ships in the fleet in Prodigy, and it's just kind of like a common trope where it's like, let's all link our ships together and hive mind them, because that's not a good idea. It's just I don't know. And then it's just the lack of any announcement on any future projects with Terry Matalas at the helm. It's just I think there's just a lack of enthusiasm.
Oh, really?
I have enthusiasm.
I think there's been a lot of enthusiasm.
I felt so muted after I watched that yesterday. I was just like, okay.
You felt numb.
I'm sorry.
It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I gotta go to bed.
I think with the announcement of, I guess this is a good transition with the Michelle Yeoh having a movie now. I thought this is great.
That's not the news that we wanted to hear, though, dude.
Oh.
What's the news that Crazy Joe wanted to hear?
Yeah. I was saying this is actually monumental news. The Section 31 movie. It got announced a couple days ago that there's going to be a Section 31 movie with the. They've been waiting for a while for a series. They told us a couple years ago there was going to be a series, it got apparently it was all ready to go into production. And then all the Trek shows, Discovery, Picard, all of again, and Section 31 kind of fell by the wayside. And then it happened. Michelle Yeoh became like the biggest star in the world. So could they get her to do a series after that? So we get the word that, it's still coming. It's going to be a movie now. And cool, we're getting a Star Trek movie. Great news. But then later, another Hollywood Reporter article came out, and it made us realize this isn't just... This is monumentally huge news, because this is the start of they're committed to do a made-for-TV movie every 2 years, and this opens the floodgates.
Joe, can you repeat that?
They can do.
You keep breaking up, Joe.
Yeah,
you keep breaking up.
Joe, your internet is really bad right now.
The only thing I could think of
right here.
Crazy Joe is, are you on Wi-Fi on your computer? Maybe it's Wi-Fi instead of. Okay. If you have it, I don't know if you're capable in the future, if you hardwire thing, because on our end every night it's been really choppy.
Yeah, I can't hardwire here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I can't do that.
Okay. All right.
Well, it always sounds fine. It always sounds fun when he apologizes. Then when he starts talking about the interesting stuff, it's like
this is good now.
Yeah.
Now
Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah.
So what were you saying? I didn't understand any of that.
So this is monumental news. Like, we thought it was just kind of cool news, like, we're getting a movie, but it turned out to be something much more. This Reporter article came out that said that this is the start of phase 2 of Paramount Plus, and they're committed now to doing a made-for-TV movie for Paramount Plus at least once every 2 years. So this opens the floodgates of the variety of Star Trek we're going to be able to get. We're going to be able to get TV movies that run the gamut. You know, you want stuff that's prequels, you can get prequels. You want stuff following up on the Next Generation guys, we could get that too. There's no limit to what we can get here, because when you're not committed to a weekly series and you're just doing one-off movies, the sky's the limit here. This is really big news, and it's exciting.
I'm willing to bet one of those movies, since Picard, despite seems this disappointing episode, was still a raging success. I'm willing to bet they're gonna do something within that timeline.
No, it was a good episode.
Oh, okay,
Jesus Christ. I built it up too much in my head and
Okay.
ruined it. It's the same
More
shit
so,
I tell
more so
everybody. I tell everybody not to fucking do. Okay? Are we not getting through here?
Okay, now you are perfectly clear. I get it. I get
I
you,
feel
bro.
horrible for not explaining myself clearly.
No.
Okay, I did not dislike
I'm a
this
raptor. I'm
episode
dumb.
by any stretch. It was really good. Had a lot of action. Problem is just I've seen it a million times in Star Trek before, and that's a problem with the franchise. I mean, how do you tell a different story with 50 plus years of content?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound.
Brian, you're fine. Trust
all
me.
good.
Happy
The point-
420. I've been high
you're
all
gonna be
day. I'm
eating
kind of
fine,
tired.
The point is, you're going to be eating really well as a Star Trek fan.
No, I have been, and like that's the weird part. It's just I'm just salty because it wasn't the announcement that I wanted to hear. Everybody's like getting all excited for Section 31, and I'm sure when it comes out, I'll be like, "Yay, this is great!" But like right now, it's like, no, bro, I want more. I want more of this shit. Please don't fuck around. Don't play games and give me this old crap that's a step in the wrong direction. And I'm not disparaging, Michelle Yeoh or anything like that. I just don't think that Section 31 is the right project for anything. Okay, from a fan and story standpoint, I don't care about money. I don't care about making other movies that fit into certain things. I've just vehemently been opposed to making a Section 31 show. It's stupid.
Why is it stupid?
Unless you're gonna have Alexander Siddig come back and play like a major fucking role in it, I don't want to see a Section 31 show. Period.
Well, I don't see that happening unless time travel.
Okay, then I guess we're never going to see a Section 31 show.
It's going to be set in the original series era. So
yeah, that's lame as hell, dude.
See, I love that because that gives them crossover
think of all the
potential.
major retcons. No, I'm good. It's just I don't want to deal with that. Put it in a different time period. Give me something
I like
else. Give me an origin story. Like,
this is an origin story.
Would you rather watch if they ever made a Star Trek
Philippa
4
Georgiou,
or
not
Section
freaking
31?
Section 31, dude.
What the hell
you
was
went
this Section 31?
Oh, okay, I see.
I don't even know what it is.
Now that this character
it's
is
like Black Ops
organization that operates within Federation.
So it's like you don't like it because it's like kind of against like the whole Star Trek model.
Well,
It's
and
like
they
these
can't
dark-
use it all the time. It's like a crutch.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like, come on, dude. It's like the Borg. How many times are we going to see the Borg as an adversary? How many times are we going to see Section 31 as an adversary?
I mean, I don't think it's been used much at all. It was used in like 3 episodes of DS9.
They've used it 4 times since Deep Space Nine, dude. 4 times.
In one-off
That's
episode.
4 times too many. That's
that
almost,
much.
that's almost as bad. That's almost as bad as Voyager overusing the Borg.
Oh, that's the thing. They've used the Borg a hell of a lot more than they've used Section 31.
Well, that's just because it came up right around the same time as the Borg shit. But no, I just don't. Okay, that's my fan rant. Okay, we are gonna disagree because that's how I feel about it. Okay, the only main reason I'm disappointed is because I didn't get the news I wanted to hear. So, like I said, I've sympathized with people who've gotten bad news, and I made fun of them.
Well,
for
if you're waiting on the 7 show, we'll get that news. I mean, that's coming eventually. It's just
I want eventually. I want now.
Yeah, but now it's not the right
time to strike. I'm telling. Okay, how is it not the right time?
Restore the Snyderverse.
Because it's not the right
time. Now.
The finale just dropped today, and you couldn't announce it before today.
Oh my God.
And then there's contracts that got to be. Don't forget how long it took to get Strange New World going. The fans were demanding Strange New World. They were tweeting, and it took a while. You got to negotiate with the actors. You got to get all the contracts signed. I mean, we saw with Star Trek 14 what happens when you announce things before the contracts are signed.
Which one's that one? Is that the Tarantino?
God, am I the only person
one that never happened?
Has everyone gone crazy?
No,
am I the only one that gives a shit about the rules?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's true.
Is it
because
not
I'm not
like
a Star Trek fan, and I can't wait for them to show the movie.
Go. Let him talk.
That does not understand anything about. I'll shut up after this because I'm kind of done talking about this.
I love it, Brian. Keep going.
As somebody who does not understand a flying fucking thing about Hollywood and contracts and how things work behind closed doors or anything like that, would it be crazy for a fan to believe that they might have had these conversations already?
Oh, I don't think so.
No,
because they didn't know the fans. They didn't know the fan reaction to this was going to be so high.
No, they listen. If they had that as an extra bonus scene, there's got to be something.
They knew it was good.
Yeah. You got to remember, you're talking about Star Trek Picard.
I'm sorry, that is so ludicrous. Why in God's green earth would people not do this ahead of time? Like,
well, why would they?
I'll tell you one reason right away, Brian.
All right, I'm done.
No. I'll tell you something positive for why you don't announce it right away and you only tease it.
No, I'm not talking about announce it. I'm talking about like have this shit worked out. I don't want to hear about they got to work out the contracts, blah 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 blah.
I'll tell you why.
Now
I'll tell you why. It's great. I'm here to give you a positive reason why, brother.
Misunderstanding, and I honestly don't want to have it because we've had this.
Oh my goodness, calm down, bro. I'm telling you something positive right now is the reason why you don't announce it right away. Why you don't announce it right away, but you only tease at it. Because finality is one of the best marketing tools for entertainment. This is the final time. This is the last show. And then you give that time to breathe. Did you see the end of Picard's arc? So you don't want to exactly announce that right away. You want to tease it and work out the details behind the scenes. So I would actually say it's better for marketing to only tease that you're going to have it and ask for the fandom to continue asking, actually kind of use the fandom like they use the Snyder fans. Use the fandom to get all that hype. We need more, because that's the best type of marketing, is to leave you wanting more.
It's Strange New Worlds all over again because
That's the best type
the
of marketing.
fans demanded it. That was Strange New Worlds wasn't in the plans. The plan was not to do a spinoff about Captain Pike, but the fans were demanding it. So they were like, all right, here's the show you asked for. So it's going to happen again, but they didn't know that the fans were going to go nuts.
I think there's a strong chance you're going to get some type of continuation, but I don't know if it's great to say right away we're making it, because you give this amazing marketing opportunity. You're getting good press across the board. You're getting good word of mouth. And there's this finality. This is the next generation. The last generation. It was the name of the final episode. Some finality is great for marketing, and you bring all those Star Trek fans back to say this is the Picard's final rodeo before you announce a continuation. And then
They've already got a foot out the door, dude.
Write it down. Write it down now. I'll tell you exactly when they're going to annance the show.
And then
they're going to announce September 8th.
And then when you announce it back, another great marketing opportunity. You're like, well, you've demanded it was such a success that we're bringing it back. And that's another great marketing opportunity.
Well, it could be in pre-production or production right now, and they haven't announced it.
Yeah.
We don't know.
It'll get announced on September 8th.
Why are you saying that?
Because that's Star Trek Day.
Mm-hmm.
That's Star Trek
all
Day.
the months, September, really?
Okay. Well, I'm positive about it, Brian. I think you'll be happy in the future. It's just the not knowing that can be frustrating. I understand.
Or they'll announce it the day before Star Trek Day, because that is the 7th day of 9.
God damn you.
Well, here's my thoughts. You don't introduce Picard's son and then have him live and then not do anything with that. I'm sorry. There's going to be some. I feel like there's going to be something with that. That actor was great as Picard's son. That storyline was amazing. I do feel like you're going to get to continuation, Brian. I really do.
There's 2 actors they have to add to that cast, though. Isa, how do you pronounce her name? Isa Baronese, who played Data's daughter, Soji.
Yeah.
And Alexander, Worf's son. If you're going to do the next generation of the next generation, you got to bring those characters back too.
I didn't see those characters. Where were they at?
They weren't in this season, but you know.
Okay. Did I make you feel any better, Brian? No.
I don't know, man. It's like putting out the Snyder Cut and then following that up with the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, but the difference is you don't have
that went
Paramount
over like a
saying
fart in church.
Man, wow. The difference is you don't have.
I know because I was here. I had to listen to you guys whine about it for months, dude.
You don't have to say you don't have the studio saying that Picard is a cul-de-sac. That's the difference. They actually gave you a tease.
I can't believe people got mad at that too, because they told you before the movie ever got made. They said we're making this. It's a cul-de-sac, and everyone's like, okay. Then it came out, and they go, we're not doing it. It's a cul-de-sac. What?
Sometimes, Crazy Joe, I just do not Why did people upset? They told you they weren't going to do anything with a great idea.
Yeah, they told you up front, this is going nowhere.
Well, we should accept
like,
it.
oh,
okay.
Yeah, of course.
No.
But I'm just saying,
I'm going to say, I just want to say, I am a Batgirl fan, Brian. You got something. I didn't. And I saw 65.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, okay. Trust me. I did. Don't make it sound like I am very bitter to have what I had. Okay. This whole thing sounds horribly wrong. I am very happy that we got what we got. Okay. But it's kind of like that nightmare scene at the end of that damn movie that we all watched. That I spent like 4.5 hours watching it, like starting at like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Shazam?
No, the Snyder Cut. I'm just saying there's a lot of parallels to something like that. I'm just saying with a very fickle fan base that the Star Trek fans are, because they spook easy and they'll run away.
They'll scary.
They're already up at the table. Tell them while they're at the table, because the second they leave the table, they're going back to throwing rocks at the house again.
No, all you have to do is deliver good content, and they'll be back.
Oh, no,
I used to think that too,
no,
Brian.
Okay. You guys don't care. I think
I do care.
You're like,
I do care.
No, because I think people have written off those fans, and they don't give a fuck about them anymore. They're like, whatever. They're backwards. They just don't get Star Trek anymore. It's not.
We're
for
talking
them.
about Paramount.
They don't have to watch it. I hear that all the time. It's like, well, they don't have to watch it. It's like, well, dude, that's like saying if you don't like it, well, fuck you then. Okay, no, I don't appreciate that anymore. Because it's like, no, there has to be something like this that bridges that gap between those fans and new ones. You can't just make things for new fans, and you can't just make things that cater to old fans. And I think this show is the perfect example of how to do both.
Well, that's the beauty of modern Star Trek. We've been getting a
success.
buffet.
I don't think it is. I don't really think it is, though.
It's a success. It is a success, and they're gonna follow suit, and they're gonna build on this because it is a success. So I think, I think right now maybe you're not feeling it, but it'll come, man. I'm telling you. And hey, maybe the trailer for the Michelle Yeoh 31 movie gets you to at least somewhat interested.
They said it was the first time Star Trek broke into the the top 10 Nielsen's or something. So
yeah, that's significant. They can't let that go.
The Strange New World.
It always does good on TV. It's not a surprise about that.
Yeah, Strange New World was the highest rated Star Trek series. Like that was a smash success for them, Strange New World, and this was even bigger than Strange New World. So yeah, they're definitely going to do something else with it again, but it also took them with their pants down. I mean, this is the third season of Picard, and the first two seasons, all the fans did was bitch and moan about how much they hated it. So they're like, "All right, we're doing one more season. This is it. We're wrapping it up." And then suddenly the fans went apeshit for it. I don't think anyone at Paramount knew that was coming.
Some guy, they fired the intern that said it's more popular than Mandalorian.
Well,
I didn't believe him.
I would like to ask everyone, please thumbs up the video. We have 29 people watching. We have 15 likes. That's only half the audience is liking the video. If we got close to like 80% of the audience liking the video, MME would be growing substantially. Come on, everyone, help us out here. It takes boop. Why did I do a Grace Randolph? Holy shit.
Yeah, I did.
Speaking of which, she did her review of Evil Dead Rises.
Oh, really?
Well, it's positive. Well.
Did someone say the pants down? Yeah.
Well, I just want to say that I've been watching.
Well, he did when he obviously did because he has a son. He did. Engage. Go ahead, Bruce. Sorry.
I've been watching Star Trek since probably 1980. Probably was 5 or 6 years old with my dad, and I understand where Brian's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And he's right. This should be Trek for everyone.
Yeah.
And for me, I've liked everything so far. I haven't had a problem with any Trek. Some of it's been very hard to watch and get through, but eventually, you get to like the characters. It's Trek. Sometimes the stories goes far left, but eventually it comes back. You remember why you love Trek so much.
Yeah. I'm loving Star Trek right now. I'm gonna start watching New Worlds, Brian, so we can watch New Worlds season 2 together.
Oh, the trailer for Strange New World season 2 is amazing. I've watched that trailer like 5 times already.
Yeah. Stargate news. Amazon purchased some MGM stuff, and they're making a new Stargate in the new RoboCop too.
Well, yeah, they bought MGM for $9 billion, and they got all those IP sitting, and they're gonna use them again. So,
what happens to James Bond?
That's going in theaters for Warner Brothers are the distributing partners for Amazon for Bond.
Yeah, the last
so
one
whoever becomes the James Bond, the Broccoli family have to decide. Which they probably know who it is. They won't announce it.
Next, I kind of want to.
I'm sorry, I was gonna say they could keep James Bond in theaters, but reboot the old cartoon, The Adventures of James Bond Jr.
I remember. James Bond, James Bond Jr.
That will never happen. They're just gonna keep that in theaters.
Absolutely, Bummer.
You know that guy has a kid.
They
bro.
could. I mean, they could have James Bond spin-offs on Amazon. I wouldn't mind that. So, you know.
Some amazing news I want to share. This is some of the now. This is in entertainment, but it's not movies. It's not video games. It's music. I've been waiting for this day. I've been waiting for this now. Who here likes Soundgarden?
What?
Who?
Love
Chris
Soundgarden.
Cornell. Oh,
yes.
Audio Slave.
Chris Cornell, is that the guy that did Dashboard Confessionals at one point?
No. You know Black Hole Sun, Spoon Man.
Oh, I know
Spoon
Spoon Man. When it goes Spoon Man.
Yes.
Oh.
You know, feeling California. You know.
Oh, yeah, they're good.
So unfortunately, when he had his what? Yeah. So when unfortunately when he passed on tour, they were working on new material, and unfortunately, there's been a battle over the last songs, the 7 or 8 songs, with Chris Cornell's widow saying that he intended them to be for a solo album, and Soundgarden saying they intended them to be for the next Soundgarden album, and it's very confusing. And I don't want to blame.
They broke up in like '98, bro.
Music
when he passed, they were on tour. What are you talking about, bro?
No, shit.
Yeah, they made another. You didn't know they made another album?
Hell no.
Yeah, they made a whole other album.
Was I supposed to?
Yes.
Have you
Yes.
ever watched his him cover other bands on YouTube? So good.
Oh, his cover songs?
Yes.
Yeah. So fortunately, and I'm not going to blame the widow. That could be confusing, especially when you're grieving. They, and because he did release solo albums and band albums like very close together. Mm-hmm. It'd be hard to know what exactly they were for. But she also locked the band out of their social media accounts and everything.
Oh,
wow. But fortunately, due to lawyers, the two parties are united and coming together to propel, honor, and build upon Soundgarden's incredible legacy, as well as Chris's indelible mark on music history, said Vicky Cornell and Soundgarden together. That's also great. I'm sure this is, PR, and they still might have some feelings, but at least they're working together to get this out for a celebration of Chris Cornell's final work,
Yeah, celebration or paycheck.
Yeah. Both, yes. Yeah, it is. It is. But don't you want to hear it? I want to hear it.
Oh yeah, I love Soundgarden. I've seen them live twice. They're terrific.
I should have gone when they were reunited. On the first tour, I thought about going. I was like, and I didn't go, and I missed my chance.
God, my favorite Soundgarden song is "Fell on Black Days."
Oh,
I can listen to that over and over and over.
That is a good
Great album.
Oh
yeah, that's Brian after the Picard finale. Oh no, I'm just kidding.
I wanna know that this could be my fate. Oh.
There you go.
I don't know words to any of these songs. I don't know.
Oh, you should deep dive on Soundgarden's back catalog, including the new album that you completely missed.
It takes work, man.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
I've been listening to more music lately. I have.
You get down to do music streams like we always do.
Well, we could do another. Would a karaoke stream bring up your spirits soon?
I don't know. What's a karaoke stream?
That'll bring
never mind.
What's a good time? Why are we?
You and Max can do a duet to Hunger Strike.
Trying to be all melancholy.
Yeah. So Chris Cornell's widow and members of Soundgarden have finally settled a years-long battle. This has been a while. That will allow for the release of the late rocker's final songs with the band. In a joint statement, Vicky Cornell and surviving Soundgarden members, guitarist Kim Teal, drummer Matt Cameron, and bassist Ben Shepherd announced that they have reached an amicable court resolution following 2 previous lawsuits filed on behalf of Cornell. The reconciliation marks a new partnership between the two parties, which will allow Soundgarden fans around the world to hear the final songs that the band and Chris were working on, the statement read. The two parties are united, coming together to propel, honor, and build upon Soundgarden's incredible legacy, as well as Chris. Yeah, we read that already. So...
Oh my God, I hope the songs are good, because if they're not, it will ruin.
No, it won't.
I hope there's enough songs. I hope there's a decent amount.
I heard there's 7 or 8.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and who knows if Soundgarden, the band, will supplement that with some other like musical arrangements without his, other stuff to surround.
Zach De La Roche to come in.
I hope it's a rap. I hope he just raps.
They get Daughtry to be a lead singer.
No. Daughtry. Yeah. So I'm very happy for this. This made my day when I found out.
Yeah, this is good news. I didn't know about this.
Ooh. Yeah, Crazy Joe. What are you Soundgarden fan?
I'm not too familiar with them.
They did Spoon Man.
God, I hate that song.
I know.
That's actually that's my least favorite Soundgarden. Yeah.
Won't you come?
It's like Radiohead. I love Radiohead. I can't handle. I hate Creep. You know what I mean? It's just
those are my least.
Yeah.
Those are my least favorite Soundgarden songs: is Spoon Man and Black Hole Sun.
But
I still like them.
We're killing Anthony right now. I can tell.
Yeah. Anthony, are you okay? Do you like Soundgarden?
Best song is "You'll Know My Name."
I never heard of them until now.
Casino.
Oh wow. Taladia, you heard of Soundgarden?
Sorry?
I guess not. Have you heard of Soundgarden?
No, never heard of Soundgarden. No.
You like rock music?
You like spoons?
Huh?
You like black holes?
Wait,
what?
Here we go.
I don't listen to rap music.
No, I'm only into like pop, R&B, rap.
Like, what's your favorite Robbie Williams song? I bet you love Robbie Williams, right?
Oh God, no.
Oh, he's English. You have to love Robbie Williams.
This is music videos.
I do like a bit of Robbie Williams. He doesn't.
He's very talented.
I appreciate Robbie Williams. I haven't heard anything from him in a long time.
Do you guys know about Prince and his music videos?
Yes.
Okay, that he has them all in a vault. He has like...
No, that I didn't know.
Okay, Prince has been shooting music videos. Like, he's never stopped, right?
But he's dead.
Well, yeah, I know.
Well, now he's stopped. Yeah,
now he is. But there's a bunch of music videos locked in a vault somewhere of like the unreleased that he shoots. He hires people. He has music videos. Does the whole shebang, big budgeted, and I can't wait. I can't wait to see what happens with that. And he's never stopped. 90s, 2000s, right before he died, he's been shooting music videos.
Yeah.
Best Prince song is Raspberry Beret. That's the definitive best Prince song. I don't care what anyone says.
Little red Corvette.
That song, get out of here.
Yeah. Oh, what are you talking about, man? I love that song.
Batman.
When did this become a gay? When did this become a gay stream? I'm leaving. Gotta go.
We haven't even started talking about Batman and Robin. What are you talking about?
Let me see here. Good news, Crazy Joe. This is really good news for you. The Shazam verse continues.
Yeah, it does.
Really?
You know about this? You know what I'm going to say?
He'll be back, man.
No, he's already been back.
Yeah.
You know where?
Nope.
He'll
be back.
Are you excited for me to tell you?
Harley Quinn cartoon?
Yeah.
No. Actually, I know what Max is talking about.
Suicide
Well,
Squad game?
Taladia, I'll bring up the article and you tell Crazy Joe.
What are you telling, buddy?
It's on the Titans TV show.
Really? Oh, God damn it. Bastards.
Damn, that's a
Best
good one.
movie, guest stars on the worst TV show? That sucks.
Wait, so this already happened?
Yeah.
Does he curse?
Oh, wow.
Does he say fuck Batman?
No.
Titans is good, damn it.
You know.
Look at that, Crazy Joe.
It was just a quick stock footage from the first movie that they used.
So they're doing the Flash thing where you just see stock footage.
So they made Titans canon pretty much.
Uh-oh.
They probably fought tooth and nail to get the rights, and they're like, take Shazam.
Wasn't it
Well, it's the
already
last
canon though?
season, and we're not
No.
using it anymore. We might as well
Oh,
put them on
'cause-
Shazam.
I mean, the Titans were
Titans-
in the they were referenced in the Crisis crossover, weren't they?
Yeah, but they're from Earth 9, so different.
Hey man, Peacemaker had freaking
Ethan,
Jason
are you-
Momoa and Ezra Miller.
Are you being serious, Ethan? Is that because Jeff Johns? Is that
I
why?
wouldn't- I don't-
He
I
set
stopped
up.
watching-
He set up Titans. He set up Titans as Star Wars.
I stopped watching Titans after season 3. So
Same here. Though my wife wants to watch season 4. I told her if you want to, I'll watch it, but I'm not.
I like Titans.
It's
I mean,
not-
I have some issues with it, but overall, I like it. I want to see.
I actually
Oh,
liked
yeah.
season 1 a lot. I thought season
I haven't
1
watched
was really
it in a
good.
while, so I really can't say anything on it. I haven't really watched this season.
What's up with Brian today?
Dude, it's 420, man. I'm just having a good time.
Yeah, you sound deflated. Is it?
Oh, I'm inflated, as it were. Like a hot air balloon.
There's a 420 pun. There we go.
Opening
Still
up
got
a
my
little
wits
window.
about me.
Opening up a lightning window and showing a scene from another thing is very Flash Rebirth. You're welcome. There, EVS is taking, is with
and
the,
yes, Grant Morrison did make a
Man.
cameo. Yeah,
I bet you EVS is pumped about Soundgarden songs coming out.
Well, he is a music fan, but he likes Frankie Valli. He's a big Frankie Valli fan. There's nothing wrong with that. I'll have to ask. I could send him a link if he wants to pop in a little bit. Let me see here. I know Crazy Joe always appreciates when EVS pops in. See what he's up to.
And I always appreciate when we're talking Shazam.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So there you go.
What are we talking?
Full credit. Sure. I do want to see this episode. I just didn't catch up with it, Taladia. You've been enjoying Titans? Taladia? What
Sorry?
happened? Have you been enjoying Titans?
I haven't seen the episode yet. I'm planning to watch it all in one go.
Damn.
Okay.
It's gonna be an impressive go.
Oh yeah, I just gotta see the last. How many episodes are left? Is it?
I don't know.
I don't want to watch the season.
I'm interested to see
13
what happens.
episodes?
I'm interested to see what happens in the sequence with Beast Boy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on there. But I'm looking forward to it. I want to go back and finish that, and I also want to get into Superman and Lois because Talati's been really raving about that, and I've been hearing good things across the board. The only issue I have with that show is just the padded muscles for Superman. It looks pretty cheesy to me.
I gotta say that actor Tyler Hoechlin, he's one of my favorite Supermen.
The painted on suit.
He's really good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's
Except he needs to
exciting.
shave, man. He needs to shave. He always is scruffy. Come on, dude.
Well, you can't help it.
We know how Superman does it. He gets
looks
a piece
like
of the
he's one of the-
spaceship, use the heat vision, shave, man.
I
That's what
just
say.
think
Hey, Ethan.
it's just to be different from every other superhero.
How's it going, Ethan? How are you doing, man?
Good. What a great episode of Titans.
You've been watching it?
Yeah, I'm sad that it's going to end. I think we got 3 more episodes, and then the thing's going to get canceled. So it's terrible. But yeah, it was really neat to see. They Beast Boy opened up a lot of kind of like windows into the multiverse, and it was very. I saw it and I went, "That's Jeff Johns." I mean, that's what he does. He loves the multiverse. So you got to peek around. You even got to see the Titans, the animated Teen Titans Go cartoon.
Oh, really?
That's cool.
And then they actually broke the fourth wall, and you just see Grant Morrison sitting there in an ascot with a cup of I don't know,
Creating the
brandy or something.
multiverse. Yeah.
And he's just looking at Beast Boy and going, "I see you. Do you see me?" And then,
All right, that's awesome.
it's cool. I was like, Grant's on mushrooms again. It's wonderful, dude. Fantastic. So yeah, good stuff, man. My wife's enjoying that show too. She's watching it, and she's picking up bits of DC lore that I didn't know, because I wasn't ever really working in that corner of the DC universe.
Yeah.
And asking me about Trigon and stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck is like, I don't know that stuff. Sorry. So that's pretty good.
I like the show. I have some issues with it, but I think some of the characters are really well done. Like, I like a lot of it. Sometimes they build up storylines and they just drop them the next season is frustrating, but yeah, I'm sad to see it go as well. I think it's a higher caliber show than the CW shows. I think it,
a better, maybe a better budget. I don't know if some of the CGI stuff still looks a little bit creaky, but I guess, what can you do? But yeah, it's better. And anything with Jeff Johns, you're going to have the heart and soul. I feel, I don't know for a fact that he's working on that, but I think so.
Well, I know he started it. He started that.
He's a executive producer on every DC show.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, you can just you feel him in there. He's that's his work. So
I think that Stargirl, Swamp Thing, and Doom Patrol, they started when they had the DC universe before HBO Max.
Oh, the DC universe app, yeah.
Yeah, and then that bled into HBO, but those were all that was all when he took a step down from being in the film division in setting up all these shows on the DC app, and they gave him a lot of work there. And I have to, that's the one I have to give another shot. What do you think of Doom Patrol?
I haven't watched an episode of that yet, but I will. I'll catch up with it.
They say that's pretty good too, but it's like really, I'm not really familiar with that group. It's very weird sometimes. That's where it's like the end of the first season. It's like maybe too weird for me, but I want to give it another shot. Everyone loves that. Everyone loves that.
Yeah, that's
It's
Grant
a weird
Morrison.
show.
Yeah,
That's all I'll say.
Yeah,
that whole book was weird, but yeah, so pretty good. I'm looking forward to the James Gunn stuff. He's talking about Superman Legacy in ways that is reassuring to me. Like I feel pretty good about it. I'm skeptical. I'm cautious about everything. Like I don't trust anyone anymore. But like I feel like maybe it might be good. I mean, I hope so. I'll definitely go see it as long as Superman isn't a black lesbian Muslim.
Boy,
I'll go. But you never can tell. They
you mean played by?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Played by, or
Well, I'm excited to hear there's progress on Superman Legacy. They're in post-production. They should be in production by the end of the year. That's good to hear. Casting, is going to be
2024 will start production.
Yeah, it's going to be key to see who they're casting as the next Clark in Superman.
They want a younger guy. I know everybody. Are you guys disappointed that it's not?
I am.
Yeah.
But I'll put on my big boy pants. I'm not gonna. If it's a good movie, if it's not what I wanted, if it's a really good movie, I'm gonna show up. Are you kidding me? Good Superman movie.
Yeah, like what I wouldn't do what I love if Henry returns. So I mean, like what Henry said, Superman lives forever. So, it's unfortunate, but hey, I'm seeing Superman Legacy. So
Yeah, like he did some, like he's pretty iconic as Superman, but he might have aged out he might have aged. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe not.
I feel bad for him because he never got a chance to make a great Superman movie. I hate his movies, but I don't think it's his fault. I think the writers failed him. So.
He needed a spit curl. To me, that was the biggest thing. Like as a kid, I would have looked at him and went, "That's not Superman."
But he could come back in the future if they do a Crisis movie, which they will eventually someday.
Wouldn't it be good to have him be Jor-El?
To pass down the mentor, like Christopher Reeve did in Smallville.
Yeah, why not do that? Well, why not put him in there? So it is like Legacy. It is that would really do well for the title, like handing the torch down to a new Superman, a younger Superman, and then you have the old Superman. And that would be really cool to do that. I wish George Reeves had been Jor-El. Well, I mean, Brando was great, but in the original Superman, that would have been. And he was dead too.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. He killed himself.
That would have been really impressive.
Rest in peace. Well, I mean, we could do that with CGI nowadays and artificial intelligence and all this stuff. But anyway, yeah, it'd be pretty neat to do that, to see him be Jor-El.
So you're one of the people that really is looking forward to James Gunn doing a new fresh start.
I'm a creator. I'm not a fan. See, that's the difference. Is people are like, why aren't you reading the comics? I'm like, I find it painful to read these comics. I read them when I was a kid, and now I create stuff. So I look at things a little bit more differently, I think, than readers and fans do. I would go just to observe and then to hope they did a good job on it. Mm-hmm. So am I looking forward to it? What I'm looking forward to is I'm looking forward to a new era of possible prosperity of them righting the ship and getting this right, because Japan's kicking our ass. I'd really like to see American superheroes compete somewhere. If it's in the movies, that's great. Comics. I mean, I just read the Zeb Wells Spider-Man run, and I want to fucking kill myself.
Oh yeah, I see that. I see that every day on social media. The complaint about that, I see it funny. Yeah, that's Spider-Man.
The combination of just bad ideas and bad presentation. I mean, the first issue of the Spider-Man by Zeb Wells, it's John Romita Jr.'s fault too, in a way. I don't think they're firing on all cylinders. Spider-Man decides that he's going to follow. Who's he following? He's following, I think, the rabbit character, the White Rabbit. And so he jumps. He's like, well, there aren't too many buildings around here, so I'm going to jump on the top of the car and just go for a ride, so I don't have to web swing follow. And they get out of the car. They park. They get out of the car to make this deal for no spoilers, but pretty impressive piece of supervillain technology. And Spider-Man should be on the roof of the car. Like if Spider-Man were on the roof of your car, and you got out of your car, like if 4 people got out of a car, do you think somebody would notice Spider-Man on the roof of their car? It's just Spider-Man on the fucking roof of my car. And it's like, I think what should have happened is like John Romita Jr. is like, see, I have a Sprinter van, so that's what I drive my stuff around, and it's very tall. It's like 9 feet tall. So maybe that's the vehicle they should. I might not notice Spider-Man up there, but they're driving like a limousine essentially, or a little SUV or something like that. You would see Spider-Man up there. So stuff like that it's tough. It's tough to read. And then the new revelation that came out, at the end of the current that you could see coming in the first issue. Holy shit. Mary Jane cucks Spider-Man.
Oh boy.
Do you know about this?
No, I haven't been following this one.
I saw people posting on Twitter about it.
It is so bad, man. I don't
know. On Twitter, I see all the time. Oh, yeah, not surprised.
There's been a crisis and a time shift where Peter Parker and Mary Jane have split up, and in that time, Mary Jane married somebody that looks like actual fandom. I mean, a real pussy, a cock, soy boy, and had 2 kids with him, two children who are maybe 12. Spider-Man's just like, hey, Peter Parker's like, hey, what up? And she's like, I'm sorry. And this soy boy comes out looking like actual fandom, and he's just like, Mary Jane, please, the kids will not sleep.
Oh no.
And Spider-Man's like, who's this? And Mary
Jane's
testing
the waters, perp. He's testing the waters.
These are my this is my family.
What happened?
Not the
So I mean, holy shit. It's like Mary Jane would not procreate with actual fandom. She just wouldn't. He wouldn't be able to. So it's unfortunate, and a lot of people are reacting negatively to this online right now, and I don't blame them. Why do that to Peter Parker? Peter Parker's been through enough, and he deserves to have love in his life. And Marvel's psychotic desire to embarrass him, to ruin his life, to keep Mary Jane and him apart, when I think their marriage worked. I think it was really a nice thing for comic book readers to see. Hey, look, it's a superhero marriage that works. Mm-hmm. I don't get it. I personally don't get it.
All right. I don't know about that storyline. That sounds interesting. Yeah. We were also talking about music, Ethan.
Yes.
I know you're Frankie. What about Soundgarden? Did you ever like Soundgarden back in the day?
I was a Nirvana guy. I
Nirvana?
like all kinds of music except for country western. I try to like country music, I guess it's called now. Freedom isn't free. Takes folks like you and me. I like that song on the South Park thing. I don't like country, but everything else I like quite a bit. Soundgarden's okay. You know who likes Soundgarden? Tim Pool. When I was at the Tim Pool show, they were blaring Soundgarden. Like,
is his music
fucking awesome?
Is his music good?
Tim Pool's music?
Yeah.
It's better than mine, you know?
Yeah, right. I can't judge it.
I mean, I'm not making fun of or anything. I'm just like,
no,
okay,
I'm not. I wouldn't be able to shit on it because I don't make my own music, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah.
I know how hard it is.
I downloaded it. I listened to it, and I don't remember it. Okay. So that's not a good sign. Like, really, you know, you have a good song when you hear it once or twice, and it's in your head, and you find, even if you don't like it. I mean, there are songs like Bop by Hanson, fucking diabolical song. But I gotta admit, I'd be taking out the trash. Like, bop, give me that bop, bop, bop.
Yes,
like, fuck, shut up.
Ethan has made some music that's controversial.
I don't think it is.
Well, you did I remember you did the Wolverine is gay song.
Right.
You did another song
that was controversial in 2010. Not anymore.
Something about licking butter. I don't remember that one.
Mm-hmm.
On your keyboard. You haven't done that in a while.
I feel it's played out. I went through a thing where in 2010, 2011, 12, I was writing a song almost every day. Just a stupid little, like a jingle to amuse Facebook. Mm-hmm. And I have a whole back catalog of those. But that was like a real like exercise where I just go, I'm going to write a song today. And it's going to be about something dumb. And but I'm going to sing it with passion. So I still have all those. I would like to go back to it, but I'm, you know, I got a lot on my plate, little movie perp. I'm doing a lot, pal.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
He's talking about his music. Music.
You do music, Ethan?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
See the piano behind me? I got to write.
Nice.
The woman I
guitar?
married. What's that?
You do guitar?
A little. I can strum chords along with you, but I'm not a good guitarist. I'm a pianist. I can play drums a little. You know, but mostly keyboards. Yeah.
Okay.
That's my best instrument, and I'm all self-taught.
That's cool.
Yeah, I got my keyboard behind me there, and every now and then I'll do a music stream.
I was very happy. I was very happy this week because unfortunately Chris Cornell passed. You know,
this week.
No. You know, he passed, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and there was a battle over the rest of his music between his widow and the band, and she was saying it was for his solo album. They were saying no, this was supposed to be for the Soundgarden album we're working on, where he died on tour. So they finally came to an agreement through lawyers, and we're eventually going to get the last 7 or 8 songs.
That's great news. Yeah, if you're a fan, that's exciting. When Kurt Cobain died, it's a shame. They only had one song. They had a song called "You Know You're Right" that they released a year later. That was so awesome. I mean, when they played it, I was just like, "Damn, dude!" And you were like, "We got robbed out of that next album that this would have been on." You know. So
what's your favorite music to go? I've seen you at a bunch of Frankie Valley shows. Sorry, go ahead. Pre-show might have to leave. Yeah,
I just wanted to say goodbye. I got to run. I got work in the morning, and I'm fading already.
Picard, how was the Crazy Joe? How was the last Picard episode?
I thought it was a mixed bag. Like I thought the story kind of ended weak, but the character, the character moments, like for giving them their sign off, was really handled well.
Was it a nice injection? You realized how much you love and miss the Next Generation show?
I suppose. I really enjoyed it. It was really good. It was a solid season.
That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that the last episode was a little bit of a downer, but the whole thing was pretty good.
There's the cast. It's really Ethan, if you have any Star Trek love in your bones, definitely give it a shot, because it's really a great story, and it's appreciating the elders instead of just mocking them. They're the one, not to give into spoilers, but they're the ones that have the majority of the story arcs, and they're really saving that they and
Yeah.
that's it's opposite of what you get in some. Regardless
Star
if you think,
Wars. I see. That's what I wanted in Star Wars. Crazy Joe, I just want to say thanks for streaming with me, pal.
Yeah, no problem.
Have a good night.
All right, have a good night.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what you want with Star Wars. It's like you're just hoping that like the Disney Star Wars was going to be more about the characters that you grew up with and loved. Turned out
Yeah.
to not be so much. But
this season got me back into Star Trek big time. Brian, my friend there,
Yeah. No,
we watched.
It's been a good year, man. This season's been very good. I gave the last show too many unrealistic expectations, so I feel like if I feel like it was a downer, it was my fault. Like, you know what I mean? I was kind of looking forward to a bunch of stuff that I probably shouldn't have looked forward to. And
is there going to be another season?
I'm hoping that we get some kind of a continuation, but they haven't made any announcements yet. They've made announcements. See, the problem is they've made announcements, but it's not announcements that people want to hear. And it's more like continuation on a lot of the Discovery stuff or the newer Trek that a lot of people don't necessarily like. So I don't know. We'll see how it turns out, but cautiously optimistic.
That's the way to be right now. Max, thanks for having me, and I'm gonna run. I got to go back to work, but whenever you invite
problem.
me, I'll pop in here to say hello. And thanks, fellas.
I still gotta read my my Cyberfrog Blood Honey. I have it ready to go. I just gotta get. I've been doing too much streaming.
Yeah, I hear that. You've been there before, and it's prevented me from getting to Cyberfrog at times too. So I understand. When you do get to it, though, drop me a line. Let me know what you think.
Sure. It looks
All
good. I initial impressions was impressed when I just skimmed through it real quick. I was like, "Ooh, this looks really good."
It looks good. Hopefully, the first issue might be a little bit scattered, but I think the second issue really grabs the ball and runs with it. So I'll give you a rec planet when you're done with this. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You guys have a great night.
See you, Ethan.
Have a good night, man.
All right. So that was an interesting segue. I still like him.
He's not bad, dude.
Yeah, no.
I think
no.
it's like the whole thing. Like, oh gosh, man. People.
I
need to chill out with this
appreciate him creating something.
hyperbole crap. Well, it's like, no, we could have a decent conversation, and a lot of the people on this platform would say, you can't have a conversation with that guy because he's blah 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 blah. That's the kind of shit I'm tired of, man.
Well, I've just moved on from it because I can't live the rest of my life. I'm 41 without
you're doing the right thing
without talking to more people.
Congrats. Max, you do the right thing by doing stuff like that. So,
and I want to also get back in the comics. I'll be real. I struggle with getting into reading. I always struggled in school. So I will take time I really have to concentrate. I will take time, read that. I have some other comics that I want to get into, and I want to be open to more experiences like my pal Perp. I love you, Perp.
Yeah.
And I really want to get into horror and Evil Dead. Like there's so many, if you're disgruntled about your
think that's
fandom
illegal in your state. Oh, never mind.
that too, eventually when it's legal. There's so many experiences you can have right now that there's so much good out there that you really, dive into something that you're new to. Like horror is a genre that it scares me a little bit, but I'm open to it. And there's some great stuff and there's some great talent that comes from the horror genre directors. And I really want to tiptoe around in there. There's certain things that I don't think I'll ever be like there's like that Hereditary. No, because that's like my deepest fears.
But Hereditary is a legitimate.
I know. It just freaks me out. That kind of stuff.
Like I'm not a big horror film fan, but I like certain horror movies. Like I loved Hereditary. I couldn't I tried to watch Smile, but it's just stupid jump scares, and I wasn't into it. Like things like Black Phone's a good horror movie to watch. It's more of a suspense movie, really. But you know,
here I'm gonna put. Hold on, sorry. Finish, Voltaire.
No, go ahead. I was gonna say, don't watch Martyrs like Perp suggests.
No, don't. That's a hardcore one. I'm actually gonna put something in here for you, Max, and I think this is a really good indie horror film. It's actually from the guys that got Moon Knight afterwards.
Okay.
It's called Spring. You could even watch this with the wife. It's actually a really good romantic horror film.
Romantic horror.
The dialogue is great. Great character work. It's no jump scares. It's not too gory, but there is like quote unquote body horror. It's about a guy that falls in love with a monster. It's a great movie. You should check it out. It's very atmospheric. If I'm going to get you into horror, don't worry. You're not going to jump into the deep end. There's some really good stuff that some people even argue, oh, that's not really horror. That's a romance or whatever. But it's great. And I think you'll like it. Check it out. It's called Spring.
Cool. Yeah, this New Year is about experiencing new things for me. Like Brian got me back in the Trek, and I am going to watch New Worlds. Like there's so many great things out there. Just I think we may have discussed this before, but what's something that you haven't really dove into that you're looking for that's on your list? Voltaire, do you have something that you like? I haven't really paid attention, but I want to.
Well, Star Trek is certainly one of them. I want to go.
Trek.
I want to watch all of Picard. I haven't watched one episode, so I want to go back, especially hearing the enthusiasm about this season. So
yeah,
But again, same genre that I usually watch. But yeah,
for me, I started watching Star Wars the animated, the Clone Wars, the original one with the Samurai Jack guy. I loved it. Stopped after that. I've been looking to get back into that. The Bad Batch, all the animated stuff, Rebels, all that stuff. I need to jump into sooner or later.
Rebels you should watch with Ahsoka coming up.
Yeah,
and I'm also trying to. There's periods of time where I'm like, I gotta find more music and listen to more music because that also lifts your spirits a little bit. There's still bands making great music out there. You just got to search for it,
Oh yeah.
Now there's AI making music.
Oh no, really?
Oh no, man. That's not cool.
Well, here's another band that I haven't really seen. I at one point in time in my life I was really into Pearl Jam.
Sure.
It might be fun to go see them. I'm not sure. Pearl Jam announces 2023 tour dates adopt all-in taking pricing. It might be fun to see them once. I've never seen them. Even though I was a big fan, I had all their albums. I haven't listened to them. Yeah. Wouldn't it be cool to check out Pearl Jam once?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So
Jamming
I'm
with
thinking
Pearls.
about it. I'm thinking about it.
They're on my list for sure.
I'm not a super fan, but it'd be nice to see them once because they keep rolling on. They keep rolling on. Okay, let me get to some other articles, and then we'll wrap it up shortly. It's a shorter episode tonight because I got a lot of entertainment to enjoy tonight. Well, I'm going to check out Evil Dead. I might rewatch The Mandalorian last episode on the big screen, while I'm in bed. Let me see what else is here. Ooh, this is a really good story. This one here. All right. Who here likes Stranger Things? The Duffer Brothers.
What's Stranger Things?
On Netflix. Oh, that's right. You don't, Brian.
I don't know.
I was kind of over it, but this last season was actually good.
What about you, Perp? Do you like Stranger Things?
No, never got into it.
Really?
Yep. I know. I heard it's my genre. Jam too. I know. I heard it's my jam too.
But you never watched like a few episodes, or
that's
anything?
what they tried to tell me. They're like, "Oh, it's '80s. It's exactly."
Yeah,
what you want.
I kind of got over the '80s thing. Like,
yes, thank you.
Years ago.
Oh man,
so when this came out, and everyone's '80s. Like, I'm kind of done with that. But
yeah, I thought it was cringe. I'm like, dude, I can't. I'm so over the '80s stuff. Like, God,
I'll probably check it. That's another thing that's probably in my. I haven't checked it out, but that I'll probably check out sooner or later. But again, you start hearing from other people, the other seasons aren't so good, and kind of like, all right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bob. If you want to get on the tomorrow night's episode, just let me know. If you want to talk about movies and stuff, we'll have you on, man. Okay, so here's the reason I'm discussing that is the Duffer Brothers' next project.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. So they are still working at Netflix. The Duffer Brothers producing supernatural mystery series for Netflix.
They also have a movie that was shelved.
Oh, really?
Yeah, their debut before Stranger Things. They have a
I
movie
didn't
that
know that.
never came out. Yeah.
Wow.
Is that right?
The Duffer Brothers and the streaming service. In fact, Netflix has announced today that they've given a series order to the Boroughs, a supernatural mystery show that will be executively produced by the Duffer Brothers. The Boroughs has the following logline: in a seemingly picturesque retirement community in the New Mexico desert, a group of unlikely heroes must band together to stop an otherworldly threat from stealing the one thing they don't have: time. The Duffer Brothers had this to say about the Boroughs: "We've been fan of Jeff and Will's writing for a long time, and when I pitched us the idea of the Boroughs, we immediately knew they had something very special on their hands. Well, the heroes in the Boroughs have a few more years on them than the kids in from Stranger Things. They are a similarly lovable bunch of misfits, and we can't wait for you to join them in an adventure that turns scary, funny, and deeply touching." So that's interesting. They're going to have an older group of people coming together instead of kids.
So college kids, I guess.
No, like retirement home.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's from what I was gathering from.
Cocoon.
I can imagine. Yeah, exactly. We're going Cocoon.
Yeah, Cocoon.
Diabetes.
Well, yeah.
They couldn't figure out how to give a shout out to batteries not included. We're going Cocoon.
The thing that's exciting is there's some great child actors in Stranger Things, but considering there's an older cast in the notoriety of the Duffer Brothers now, they're probably going to get a really cool cast of some great, more like older character actors, maybe even. No,
sure,
yeah, maybe people that fell out of the limelight and could use a.
Yeah, like Winona Ryder. They revitalized
exactly.
Winona Ryder.
I love when that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
80 stars.
Let's get Steve Buscemi or somebody like that in there.
Ooh, Steve.
Yeah,
Buscemi.
yeah. Where's that dude at?
I love Steve Buscemi. He's so good. But yeah, where is he?
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen him in anything lately. I think was he in Death of Stalin? I don't even remember. Whatever.
No, not Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen shouldn't be touched with a 10-foot pole. That is a weird story. I don't know why HBO Max is working with him. It's like a disaster waiting to happen. Even if nothing else new comes out, to just hire him again. I would not want that. I don't want him to be canceled, but honestly, his whole history is so sus and sketchy that
he's just at that you should go sit down point in your career.
Like, and he's past his prime where even if there wasn't all that drama and sketchiness and sussery, that his last acting roles were pretty bad. Like, and he looked like worn out. When someone abuses themselves that much too, let alone the accusations of other people, you can really, he's very worn in his face and his acting ability. He looks like he's been through the shit because we know he has. So I don't see why. I mean, everyone deserves redemption.
Maybe they play into that like Mickey Rourke in The Wrestler.
There you go.
I mean, everyone deserves a redemption arc, but I don't know. I wouldn't chance it. And if I was Chuck Lorre, I would never bring him back after what he did. I think he was pretty anti-Semitic towards him as well, if I can remember. I don't remember. I don't remember everything.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know.
He did it all. Charlie did it all.
I was going to say even anti-Semitic.
He did it all. He did the
Yeah.
trifecta of canceling everything.
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to remember back to the Tiger Blood days, but he was like, I think he was. Yeah. Well, moving on.
Went off the deep end.
Yes. Doctor Who.
Whovian.
I thought that said Mel Gibson for a second. I was like, yeah.
Ncuti, Gatwa, and Millie Gibson head back to the swingin' 60s as a groovin' time traveling duo. Okay.
Sure.
I haven't been in Doctor Who for a while. I'm happy they're still making it. This seems like a fun episode.
Doctor Who.
Yeah. I love period pieces in the 60s. I don't know why, but like X-Men First Class, I love the style.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah. So the last David Tennant's where I stopped watching. I never even finished the David Tennant arc. And he's one of the most favorite, or he's one of the favorite doctors from the current generations. So I got to go back and watch some of those, especially because who fell David Tennant was, I want to go in order, after David Tennant was the guy from Morbius. What's his name?
Jared Leto?
No, and he was in House of Dragons.
Yeah.
Matt Smith.
Matt Smith.
There you go, Matt Smith.
Matt
And he was
Smith
in
was
Terminator
Doctor.
Genesis. Yeah.
Matt Smith. I want to see Matt Smith's arc as well, and then I want to see the female Doctor that everyone complains about.
I watched 3 episodes with the female Doctor. She's very much like Robin Williams in a Doctor Who outfit. So
Okay, cool.
There's that.
Balmerny said David Tennant was great. Didn't watch Matt. I watched the older
Is it
series
one of
growing
those
up.
shows the fans just take too seriously.
Well, this would be good to talk about when Taladio is here because the English people, this is a big deal. This show still over there to them. Yeah.
I
Dallas for us.
It's like Star Trek to them. It's like it's just
Dallas.
no
Kindly reference, Brian.
It's their Miami Vice.
Doctor Who is as big as Star Trek for them. You know.
Hot in my room. I gotta turn the fan on.
What's it?
Crack the
Yeah,
window,
now I want to
Brian.
ask Taladia, what do you think?
You
is
lighting up
bigger
too
than
many for
James
420 or
Bond?
something? That's all getting hot in there.
All day long, bro.
All right. Okay. Marv, we'll do rapid fire topics. I'm not going to keep you guys past 2 hours.
Rapid fire. Don't mind the fan, okay? It's hot in here.
All right. So Marvel's Moon Knight just introduced a historic MCU superhero. So I think what they're saying is Scarlet Scarab, this version of her, is now making a debut in the comics from the show. I think her character design looks really awesome. I was very happy. That was some of the coolest parts of Moon Knight.
Yeah, I am. Weed is Christ.
This was some of the coolest part of Moon Knight. I overall I didn't think the series was that great, but I liked her character.
I liked her part. That was cool.
Yeah,
Are you a superhero? Yeah.
Yeah, and I like seeing characters introduced in these shows and movies get their time in the comics. You know, I'm assuming that Scarlet Scarab was a character before she took the mantle. I don't know. I'll have to find out. Brucifer's not here. Brucifer bounced. What happened, man? I messaged him too.
He said he was getting tired.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, he must be. He didn't even respond. Oh, wow. Okay. So that's exciting. That was just really quick.
Cool.
We have Loki season 2.
Oh, I got an idea.
You have an idea?
Yeah. With the issue with the upcoming Marvel movies.
You can say it. I mean, it's not Voldemort, you know.
Jonathan Majors, right? Variant, right? They need to, maybe they could do minimal reshoots for Loki 2, keep Jonathan Majors, but start introducing variants that look different while keeping him in some scenes, but then maybe little by little change it here or there so that when they do the big movies, we could already see that, okay, there's going to be some that look different, and they could do the Kang with another actor. So maybe start introducing that in Loki 2, that idea.
Yeah, that would be cool. I think I think at this point they should get rid of him as soon as possible, unfortunately, because they're just so bad. You know, if they are going to get rid of him, just rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah. Get rid of him, keep him in Loki 2 for how much you can, but do little reshoots and then, recast.
I don't know if they can at this point, but yeah.
I'd be surprised if they do, man.
Yeah, I agree. I really hope it doesn't. I'm looking forward to Loki 2, and I have high hopes for it. You know, I like Tom Hiddleston, I like Owen Wilson, and I really hope they, nail it this season. But
they haven't even given a release date. That's why I'm like, maybe.
Yeah. Well,
are they gonna pull an NFL though and be just like, oh no, we're gonna let him play?
I don't know.
I don't care if you beat her ass in that.
No.
Well, did they release a statement saying that they're standing by him for the time being, or there's no plans?
I know. I'm not talking.
They didn't release any statement.
I am not saying
think
anything. That please, except my humble alleged. No, I am not saying anything about anybody.
I'm just
All right,
laughing at you
I'm going
trying to
home
put
now.
words together. You're so
Go
high.
off, King.
I'm going home now. Night.
No, Brian, I'm just joking with you, bro. Okay, so I they haven't really officially said anything.
Okay.
They've said nothing. They're just monitoring the situation. Like that's the good play. Until you know exactly what you're going to do, don't say anything really.
Yeah. So maybe
but-
Perp's right. They could do a couple of things to start to phase them out. To set that up.
So Disney is said to be monitoring situations that rapidly continues to develop. Although Variety noted it has time to move deliberately, especially with Avengers: The King Dynasty reported not filming until spring 2024. So I think potentially you could at least get a delay until this blows over. If it blows over, if he's not guilty, I don't know. But then that leads into the next article here that Brucifer actually sent to me. I agree, Bomberny. Innocent until proven guilty. I do agree with that. But
yes, me too.
Absolutely.
That's what I was trying to intimate earlier.
Yeah. But there's a lot of stuff that's coming out. This is something the attorney submitted, which actually it could potentially help him a little bit. They're showing the person that had the altercation with Jonathan Majors at the club afterwards, I think. They attempted to discredit the alleged victim, claimed that she suffered a broken finger, but that she's also, with that finger, texting on her phone at the bar afterwards. I don't know. This is getting weird.
Wouldn't it be on record that she literally had a broken finger?
I don't know. That I guess that was in the.
Yeah, maybe we should just wait for actual news to come out. Like everyone's looking at this.
Yeah. I'm not saying anything regarding it. I'm just saying they're attempting to discredit, which also could very well backfire too. I don't know.
Christopher put a link to the video in the chat or in the Twitter chat.
Okay. The link to the video. I'm not saying anything about it. I am being careful, Perp. Don't worry. I'm not trying to discredit an alleged victim. I'm saying that's what they are planning. That's what seems like they're doing. Okay. Oh, there's a video on here.
I'm just saying, I hope it's not like one of the NFL situations where it's like,
I just
they're
like sort of like
supposed to
discussing what Marvel
they
could
find out
possibly
something
do.
awful happens.
Is like the
You mean like the Ray Rice video being released after the fact
Yes.
type of thing? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's try to not throw anyone under the bus with this. I'm gonna still look at it though. I'll be careful when I commentate on it though, Perp. Don't worry.
No, you're good.
All right, hold on here.
Perp wants the facts. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like with events like this happens, it's usually probably the smarter idea just to wait a little bit before like going through.
I'm not canceling the dude. It doesn't look good. That's all. Yeah.
No, the way I look at it is if there's nothing to talk about, there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, I just like the speculation of like what is Marvel gonna do, because like that to me is like
Yeah, that is kind of interesting. It is something to talk about.
There's possibilities, especially since considering the character. Let's just watch a little bit of this, I guess.
11 misdemeanor charges. A dramatic new turn in the case against Jonathan Majors. The breaking news: multiple alleged abuse victims have reportedly come.
Oh, that came out the other day. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's the?
Extra have obtained the legal documents filed by Major's lawyer in Manhattan, saying there's irrefutable evidence the actor is innocent.
Okay.
The docs claim that the alleged victim not only went clubbing after she says Jonathan attacked her in a car, but that the driver of that car, quote, saw and heard everything.
Okay, they may potentially have a witness, the driver. So, okay.
And disputes her side of the story. The charging docs say the woman alleged that Majors put his hands on her neck, causing bruising, leaving a laceration behind her ear, and broke her finger. But Majors' lawyer claims he was the victim, accusing the woman of attacking, slapping, cutting him, and ripping his clothes. His lawyer also claims she sent him messages threatening suicide.
Ooh, I don't like all this.
I think we've hit a new low here on
Yeah.
enemy.
No, Brian.
Just
I don't.
wait until Saturday, buddy.
I don't want to get.
We
into
are
pop
covering
culture.
the tabloids.
No, I don't want to get into pop culture justice like the other popcorn
Oh.
a-holes on the YouTube. If you know what I'm
Oh
saying.
man.
I'm concerned. I don't. The only reason I have felt negatively about Jonathan Majors, and I want to try to keep an open mind. But yeah, that whole situation sounds really bad. Yeah.
Script's right. Wait to hear what's going on. They don't have a release date for Loki yet. There's plenty of time for them to sort this out.
So hopefully, if he is innocent, it comes clear
Is
through
Billy
the court
Bush
case.
still working for Extra? Because that's pretty impressive.
I don't think so. Not since the grabbing by the P moment.
It kind of sounded like him. I was like, oh shit.
Oh, that was
Billy
Billy
still got a
Bush?
job. That's impressive. I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna head out. I'm actually gonna see Evil Dead tomorrow morning. So
Oh heck yeah, man! Have fun.
Okay.
But
I
yeah,
haven't
it's
watched
always fun
Extra in
talking with you
years.
guys. Always fun streaming with you guys. I really do enjoy the conversation.
Movie talk. We'll try to
Yeah.
we'll try to stay away from the Jonathan
The Muck and
Majors.
Mire, TMZ.
It's all good.
Okay, Brian's really first.
Yeah,
I just
dude,
looked at a
420
little.
Brian, bro.
I
Someone make
just
that's a new
looked a
meme.
little bit at it, Brian, because I'm trying to keep an open mind about Jonathan
No,
Majors.
you're
when
good.
I'm,
You're
yeah.
good.
So okay, but thank you, Perp. We'll get ready for Saturday, and we'll stick to movie talk tomorrow night. So
All right. Later, guys.
No,
All
we
right.
won't. Have a good night.
What are you talking about, Brian?
You heard
No,
me. I
but
didn't stutter.
Voltaire,
I
you know
said
what I
no.
mean. Like I don't like that tabloid stuff, but I'm also I'm interested just because I don't want him to be. I don't
It
want
has
there to be a.
relevance to the
I don't want to
conversation
be.
that we have on a nightly
Yeah, and I
basis.
don't want there to be a victim first off, and I don't want him to be guilty either. You know.
And he has a big role in future Marvel. Well, he was supposed to. Have
He
a
has
big
his
role in
star
future
was
Marvel
at the
projects.
top. He had 2 movies that were in the theaters that were doing really good box office.
Tremendous fall from grace, if that's what ends up happening.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like frustrated and intrigued. But I honestly I don't like that whole Johnny Depp thing. And I don't like covering. I don't really like covering that. So I do feel kind of weird looking at it. But I do want to know that there's more evidence. Like I don't want to immediately say, "Oh, she's a liar. She was at the club afterwards." But that's what his lawyer is presenting. You know. That's what it's very weird that the one thing, the final thing I'll say about this is very weird that the lawyer is releasing this to the press instead of revealing this to the court when the court date is coming up early May, right?
Well, he wants to set it for the public opinion, I guess. Like, hey, would a person who just got assaulted go clubbing directly after?
Mm-hmm.
I guess he's trying to get the court of public opinion on his side and the grand jury eventually.
Yeah. Okay. Well, enough with that. Okay. I have a few. Mandalorian. Oh, I don't even want to cover this article. Mandalorian season 3 final twist is a massive disappointment. Nah. Screw that article.
Yeah, I agree with that article. It wasn't massive, but it was pretty disappointing.
It just was pedestrian. It was just
No,
average.
and that's bad for the Mandalorian.
Agreed.
If it
Especially
averages
after last season.
No.
I mean,
The
this
bar
was their again, if you want to say like with all the negative stuff with Disney Star Wars, Mandalorian was universally loved for the most part. So this was a big deal, and there was a lot of stuff you were like, people had faith in it. Like, oh, this has been kind of a slow season. It's going to build up to something at the end. And then it was kind of like, well, Max and me were watching it. We're like, all right. Even when it was done, we're like, is there an end credit scene or that's it really? So, I mean, that's a factor. You can't ignore that.
Mm-hmm. But you'd still go Picard if you could pick one finale, right, Brian?
Oh yeah, no. Picard's finale was still better.
Yeah.
It was just, like I said, I ruined it with my own expectations, which is nothing wrong with that. Happens all the time. And
it's just funny when they know what the fans want and the almost dogged thing not to give it to them. Like, we're the creators. We don't just give fan service and blah, blah, blah. It's like, you know what people want. Why don't you give it to them? It's with Star Wars and what you were talking about with Picard and stuff. It's like, why not give people what they want? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
I
Spider-Man
can
event.
understand not alienating the new fans that they just made with a lot of these new characters and shows, which like I said, I understand. One good thing about being a Star Trek fan is I've learned to have an open mind about new shit.
Mm.
At least more so than other things. But my problem is that I kind of find a lot of the newer Trek depressing a little bit. Like it's kind of like
very optimistic stuff.
it's normally an optimistic show, and
Mhm.
it's just I find it to be kind of on the downer side. That's all.
All right. Well, Spider-Man and Venom will swing on the Disney Plus in the U.S. this spring. They reached an agreement where you're going to get the Spider-Man verse on Disney Plus.
Oh, those Venom movies are disappointing.
Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, Spider-Man Homecoming, Venom,
Mhm.
That's good. I'm happy for that. This must be also why they had this article. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of great news today. Now that I'm looking at the articles. Watch Tobey and Andrew Spider-Man star and do Disney Plus commercial. Okay.
Well, I like that they're using Andrew Garfield in this last movie. It made me appreciate his version of Spider-Man a lot more.
Oh yeah, I like the Amazing Spider-Man, the first one. I even enjoy the second one. It's just got a little silly, but the lizard looked way better in Amazing Spider-Man than he did in the most recent Spider-Man movie.
Sure.
The special effects on him. Okay, and this is the last article, I think. Clooney. George Clooney. This isn't about Batman. This is George Clooney insists Wahlberg and Depp regret not joining Ocean's 11 cast. That would have been cool to have Johnny Depp and Mark Wahlberg in there.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the first one. The first movie. The rest of the series, it's okay.
They're fine for what they are. These are popcorn films. Fun movies to watch just for the hell of it. Nothing too much.
Oh, I did have some clips at the end. I forgot. This is just I got to start doing shorts again. So this is just a quick clip of the Penguin, which I'll probably use for a short. Let me bring that up here. This is on the set of the Penguin. Let me bring this up here.
I'm very intrigued by this project.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on here. Getting ready for a scene. So
in his fat suit. And
yeah, he looks great.
Balding. I don't know, man. Get a real actor. Don't get a good looking guy and make him ugly.
Are you going woke that you have to have an actually chubby guy?
I want a chubby bald guy for real.
I could have done the role. I could have done the role. Yeah.
I mean, come on. Why do they got to get a good looking guy?
I mean, we're getting close. We're getting close to that point where that people are like, just look what they did with Brendan Fraser. They're like, why did you get him with a fat suit when you could have got a really person that was,
or if you on
whale.
a smaller scale, if you watch, there's a Netflix movie with Adam Driver, which I recommend. It's called White Noise, and Adam Driver is wearing like a pillowcase in his belly to try to make him look like he's out of shape. It looks so stupid, It's like, get an actor with a few pounds on him,
All right, well, let's see what else is in here. This is not the Joker's car that was in Suicide Squad. It's funny how they're not even filming him. This is just him getting ready for the scenes, I think.
Breathing exercises, I guess. Hey, he's a good actor. I like him.
Oh, yeah. He actually looks like he may have lost some weight from the first rendition of...
Looks that way, doesn't it?
Penguin. Yeah. Don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
I like that it'd be great if he just walks in, gets a coffee or something. in character. I guess there's
I will
not too
say,
much.
The makeup is really good. You can't tell.
No, you can't. It's really well done, and I think this is my favorite version of movie Penguin over Danny DeVito. I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
Heresy.
I like Danny DeVito, but rewatching it now is kind of rough. You know, it's a little too much it's not over the top, not in a good way.
I would have been fine if they brought Danny DeVito back. He's still good if you watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He could have done it.
Yeah. Look, he's just looking around. He doesn't care. He's just like, he's that into the character.
Nice shoes.
What is he talking? He's running lines. Did you see that? He was talking. He was running lines there. Look at that. He's running the lines in the street with all these pedestrians walking around. Like, he's scooping up the cigarettes with Colin Farrell there. That's pretty cool. All right. Well, that was that. I'll save the next clip for later. I'll do that myself. Let's just get to the mailbag. If there is anything in the mailbag, I think there are only a few questions here. Where the heck is CJH? I don't know. All right, let me get to this here.
I'm worried about Twitter getting banned in Canada.
Oh man.
I wouldn't worry about Twitter. Oh boy. We don't, maybe it's such a weird day because it is 420, or it was. Everyone's preoccupied. Hey, Retro
Everybody's
Nerd.
asleep at the switch.
Hey, Retro Nerd Girl. I'd like to have you on to talk about The Mandalorian. I've been enjoying Retro Nerd Girl's channel. Go check her out. She recaps. Well, she was recapping The Mandalorian. She's a great content creator. Thanks for stopping by. Colin Farrell is such a great actor. I can't wait to see the show. I agree.
She almost made me buy a retro gaming device the other day. I saw
Who?
a Retro Nerd Girl.
Oh, you do follow her. Oh, cool.
Well,
Yes.
yeah. Rhea retweeted one of her videos, and I watched it, and the device looks pretty awesome. It's just got a bunch of downloaded games from all the systems, so it looks really good.
Cool. All right, so let's get to awesome content creator. Go check her out. And I'd like to collaborate on movie talk or TV shows or something in the future if you're up for it. No pressure. Okay, so let's get to the mailbag. We have, oh boy.
Well, that's
Anthony,
appropriate for today.
Anthony changed his name to Wheatus Christ.
This is for you, Brian. It's good you stayed around.
This is a good question though. What's your favorite series finale? And I'm trying to think of all the shows I love. What finale did I really enjoy?
Cheers.
Oh man,
Breaking
Battlestar
Bad.
Galactica
Not
kind of
Breaking
was like
Bad for me.
not that
No,
great at the
Battlestar
end.
Galactica sucked.
Yeah,
A lot of these shows just kind of petered out towards the end.
I'm trying to think. I'm like drawing a blank because usually season finale or series finales aren't that great.
I mean, even like
I would say that
Seinfeld,
the
isn't it
Seinfeld series finale was kind of funny, but it
Mhm.
felt like a little bit different.
Sopranos season finale, I've learned to appreciate it, but I didn't think it was great.
Game of
Yeah.
Thrones.
I don't get started
Game
on
of Thrones wasn't
I know.
good.
I know.
Breaking Bad. It's Breaking Bad for me.
I've never even seen Breaking Bad.
Well, you should do yourself a favor and watch it.
I'm gonna have to Google
Well worth
best
it.
series finales. Hold on.
I got
This
too
is
many
something-
like meth heads around my personal sphere to like watch shows that glorify meth heads.
Yeah, the actual meth heads are. It's more about. I don't think you need to worry about
It's
that.
Walter White kind of deal.
Correct, and a lot of great, amazing character development. So, yeah, it's
Might have to
definitely. I
check
mean,
it
I don't pimp shows out to people like you need to watch this. Breaking Bad, you need to watch. It's really good.
Yeah.
Sorry, Max. I didn't mean to like shoot your show.
30, top 30. That's a lot.
Yeah, Person of Interest. I've never watched that one.
Die.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has a good finale? Really?
What's
I don't
that?
know. Superstore
Oh,
was
is
a
that
good
that
finale
show
for a
with
sitcom.
what's his face from the Avengers in it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Superstore was a great
Yeah, I
show. I
suppose
think
that
it
show
ended
was
too
okay.
early, but the finale was good. Parenthood, I have no
where
idea.
in the hell is that guy shooting me from?
There you go, Fringe show. Somebody in the chat was saying that.
Friends.
All right, whatever.
I said
Yes.
Friends. The finale was good for that.
Yeah. The
We watched
Fugitive.
Friends.
I never finished Big Bang Theory.
Never
What's
watched a
that?
single
Oh, dude, I
episode.
never.
Ooh, I like Justified, but
Love
honestly,
Justified.
I don't think I finished the final season.
I think I did. I just don't remember it, so it can't be that memorable, at least for me now.
Oh no, my computer's freezing. What the hell? I'm stuck.
No,
I can't get back to StreamYard.
Oh man, what happened now?
Oh, now I
Snaps on
can.
the
Now I
screen.
can. Now I can. Okay.
Oh.
I want to Angel.
Never got into it.
12 Monkeys, a TV show? I heard
Never
that's
heard
a
of
good
it.
show. I heard it was.
Yeah, that's the show that's based, or the guy that showrunner Terry Metalis of the new Star Trek show,
Oh, that-
Picard. Is he did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a new Justified coming soon. Awesome.
Oh, that's interesting.
No, I used to watch Fridge. I just never finished it. Figure drawing. I never
Same
finished
here.
Fridge.
Last season got last couple seasons were just kind of like.
I think I watched the first 2 or 3. Better Call Saul.
No, that was a terrible finale.
The Good Place.
Never watched
it. It was
I
a
know
really
people
good
love it.
show the first few seasons. The last few seasons I didn't like. Lost.
Yeah.
Veep.
Veep was a great show. Yeah.
Star Trek: The Next Generation. Good
This is
finale.
for Brian.
Yo.
This is
Good
your
finale for the
opinion.
original Next Generation. We're losing Brian. ER. Breaking
I'm
Bad.
so tired now. I'm sorry, fellas.
You can go, man. You don't have to stay to the very end. Get your rest. You're in the sweet spot.
Yeah,
of
you need to
420.
rehydrate and get some sleep. Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
heard
I
The
do
Americans
have-
is good.
I do have a rather dry mouth.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I've heard this show is really good, but the bad
Yeah,
thing is
I fell off after the first 2 seasons, and I feel bad about it because I did like it, and I've been meaning to go back to it. But yeah, it was a good show. I never finished it. Though.
I tried to watch it at my mother-in-law's house, and there's some there's some scenes where there's violence or sex stuff, and she's like, "Nee," and I was like, "Whoops!" And I
You
never
don't want to
got
watch
back
that
to
with
it.
your mom-in-law. No.
No, she's not
What?
down with that.
Yes, that's not uncomfortable.
Well, yeah, I mean, especially since she's very strict on what she watches. And like, whoops, I didn't know that was going to be in there.
Oh, God,
Yeah,
it's gonna
right.
be
And she's
awful.
like, "What are you making me watch?" She was mad at me. Halt and Catch Fire. Never heard of that. Cheers.
There you go. Brian mentioned that.
The Wire.
Overrated show.
And
but
there's
fun. Yeah.
there's the guy that passed. MASH.
Yeah.
The Leftovers.
Never finished it, but people say the second season is fantastic, which is the last season. So
I kind of wanted to catch that. It has a finale.
yeah,
Like
it's
it doesn't just end. It doesn't just get canceled or something. As long as it has a finale, I'm up for it.
Mm-hmm.
Friday Night Lights. The Mary
Yeah.
Tyler Moore Show.
Whatever.
Newhart.
Oh,
I
love it.
remember like The Shield back in the day. I never finished it. And 6
That's
feet
the
under.
best one. 6 feet. They didn't have The Sopranos in the top 30. Good golly.
I don't
That's
know.
just
It's not-
some writer trying to take a hot take and not include The Sopranos. Get out of here.
Okay.
And he's probably got a link to an article. Why Sopranos is overrated. 10 reasons
Exactly.
why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do that for clicks, yeah. I never finished Sopranos either.
Well, that's a mistake on your part.
I know it is.
Don't go rewatch Mandalorian.
I never
Go
even
back and
started, so don't feel bad.
Wheatus Christ.
Look, sorry guys, I have to say this. 2 greatest TV shows ever are Sopranos and Breaking Bad. Okay, honestly,
Okay.
if you haven't watched them, they're worth the time investment. They
I've watched
really are.
both, but I never finished either.
I know figure drawing. People say that The Wire was one of the best shows. Period. It just doesn't do it for me. I respect that people love it, and I've been meaning to give it another chance because I was just like whatever, and I've seen every episode.
Blacklist. I haven't.
Yeah.
I've heard of that.
Have a good night, fellas.
All right, bud.
All right. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, Brian, for sticking it out that long on a holiday for him, a special
Yeah.
day for him. take his time to join
So
everybody.
we just also ask, how am I doing today? I feel like I'm missing out on all the participants of 420 because Brian was in another level tonight. That's what. How do you feel, Voltaire?
You know, I was into that stuff in high school a little bit, but it just started making me paranoid, and I sadly can't enjoy it, and I kind of am envious of the people who can. So there you go.
Yeah, I've never partaken. Never.
Yeah, it makes me paranoid.
I'll have my Bud Light.
Yeah, there you go. I can drink and that kind of thing. For a while, like a few years ago, I was dating a girl who was like a banking executive, and she smoked pot nonstop. And once in a while, she'd give me, and it just makes me paranoid and antsy, and it's just not for me. So I'm envious of people who like it.
Fair
She's
enough.
a fun girl, though.
Sounds like it. We just also asked, how do you celebrate 420? Any plans? I'm planning to play some video games, watch some TV, and go to bed early.
Wow.
Like
there's a
nice
new movie from those Broken Lizard guys who, on Hulu. You know, the guys who did like Super Troopers and all that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
They have a new movie out, and
Oh,
they released
cool.
it today. So I imagine they always have some pot references in their movies.
Mm-hmm. We need to get Bob on to talk some entertainment. We'll get you on, Bob. I'd so advise never doing it. Why? I wouldn't do it during the work week or anything, or from going driving. I would do it when I'm on a Friday night when I'm ready to chill.
I don't want to say anything because I know pot smokers will disagree with me, but if you're prone to anxiety attacks or anything, I don't recommend it.
Oh, really? Okay.
I feel like it opens up something for some people. Not everybody. It actually helps.
Be cautious. Small dose.
All I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Well, you're in your 40s. That's it. It's over for us. No more. You can't. If you haven't started now, you can't start. Wait. The only time once you hit this age, you can start when you're older and you have like glaucoma or some kind of like old person like syndrome that pot will actually help. But at this point, no.
Okay.
That's my recommendation.
Now you tell me. Wow, everyone's saying no. No. Okay. I've never done anything that's not prescribed. And I've drinking some, but I've never even, only one time did I go overboard drinking. It was my bachelor party.
One time. Wow, that's really good numbers. Wow.
And it's because my cousin was getting me shots. I didn't even know what they were for my bachelor party. And he just he's like, yeah, I bought them. You got to drink them. I'm like, all right.
There was some stream one time where you were taking shots of vodka, but you had it under control, I guess, right?
Yeah. And I do like vodka straight, bourbon straight. I just, without anything in it. It doesn't even have to be chill. It's like, yeah.
That's hardcore.
Well, I'm not very hardcore, but I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you, Voltaire, for sticking out to the end with me.
Yeah, my pleasure.
I will see you all tomorrow. Hopefully there'll be great movie news. And I was really excited about Soundgarden. Try to weave in some music and video game news and books and whatever, comic books. Yeah. We'll see. Have a good one, everyone.
All right, everybody. Take care of yourself. Have a good night.
All right. Good night.